That's a big order.
Yeah, I want cold.
I'll take it lukewarm so I can.
You like the room temperature?
Yeah. So
I be liking it, but it depends on how cold the room is. Like,
Yeah,
like,
sense.
cause I like when the water not too cold for real. When it's like that good room temperature, when you be like, dang.
But you can.
I need that one to choke everything up. Like, cool, dumb cool.
I don't like too much. I don't like too cold, but I like.
It depends how hot it is outside.
You see how that look?
Yeah, that look good though.
It look
foggy.
right.
Yeah, it look foggy. That look good for real.
What is going on? It is Luke Snail. You're listening to Palmetto 84.3. I'm with my co-host Lombardi. We got a special guest today, SFG King. What's going on?
What's up with you?
We in the building, you know. Whole lot of still forever grinding, still forever shining. The place to be. Whole lot of humbleness.
Back in Charleston, you moved up to Charlotte. Is that official?
Yeah, Charlotte. Yeah, I'm in Charlotte now.
Describe like some differences that you noticed between like kind of the scene in Charlotte versus the scene here in Charleston.
I'd say like it's more like what the people out there. I feel like they more into like artists, you know, other than here. Here's like nobody really worrying about the artists. Like out there, you go out there, they trying to figure out who you are and you know what you doing, what's your goals. What you know, they just like low more hands on with it.
Almost like the mystery of it is like, oh, who is this guy?
Yeah. Then once they know you, it's real good. So I went to the studio, you know, they like, I'm thinking they ain't know me, you know. Everybody they got their poker face on, and once everything get comfortable, they like, oh yeah, we know you. Like dang, so you know.
There ain't a lot of hate up there. What it sounds like.
Yeah, facts. And you know how Charleston is. Own city will hate you more than anybody else.
Really? Where do you think that stems from?
I say like street politics, you know, and then you know sometimes people just hate greatness. Like it's you know like when you inside a place where it's not normal to see somebody bigger than the average person. You know, it's not normal to see anybody like you know really blow. So who wants to see it? You know, sadly to say, that's sad to say, but I think that's what it really is. People just hate to see greatness, like because it's like they're looking at it like, well, if he blow, it's not gonna help me. If he blow, he just gonna. Everybody think you automatically gonna hold nuts on him. You know, when in reality you never know. It could honestly help you more than anything because everybody got a certain profession. I might can blow in this profession that I'm in, and it open a whole nother lane for your profession that you never knew it would open.
No, for sure.
So,
like it's almost like
one hand wash the other.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Talk about coming up in Charleston though.
Coming up in Charleston, you know, me personally, I did it all. So, you know, I know the whole city know me. It don't matter, you know, from each section, you know. And I had I ain't gonna say it's just all bad. You know, it's not been plenty good moments, but it's been plenty bad moments too. But honestly, me growing up in Charleston, like, I was in and out of jail, you know, like, literally, like, I went to jail, I don't want to lie, I think I was, like, anywhere from 12 or 13, I think, when I first went. And ever since then, I was, like, in and out, you know, like, in and out. I probably never was home 3 months, and that's the truth. Anybody who know me tell you, like, every other month it was like, yeah, Free Bray One, you know, that's my real name, like, Free Bray One. Like, so I was in and out of jail.
What have you kind of learned from that? Any lessons from, you know, kind of being in and out that long?
Yeah, of course. Well, in juvenile, I didn't learn no lessons because, you know, you start off as when you that age, you don't go to real prison yet. You know, you go to the juvenile one. So at that point in time, I didn't learn nothing. You know, it was just like, I'm going to be real, like, me personally, like, I'm not going to say I like going to jail, but I like the attention it would bring, you know, once you in it. Like, of course, I'm just going to not go try to get locked up. But once you in there, it's like, you know, they like, dang. It's like you starting your reputation, you know, and everybody care about their reputation. So especially when you in the streets, you know, that's like a big thing, you know, to go back then, hold your own.
And when you a rapper, too.
When you're a rapper, yeah, you know.
Yeah, it's part of
Not saying I never, ever want to go to jail, but, you know, you get attention, like, because, you know, once you back there, it's like, first call home, you like, hey, who all saying free me? Like, you know, that used to be my first thing, honestly. I'm like, damn, who's saying free me? You know, like, now I don't want to be back here. I'm mad I'm back here because I'm trying to be out there with y'all, but it's like, who really, like,
who's
you know,
showing love,
who's showing love, you know? Let me see who really mess with me.
Now, when you say that, like, who are some of the people from Charleston that we may know music-wise that you grew up with?
I grew up with almost every single, from Shice Lord to Gelato to Gooch, Bloody to Boss, you feel what I'm saying? We're going to be real, you feel what I'm saying? I'll say, like, 75% of the music scene right now, we all grew up together. Like, we was cool, you know? We literally was cool.
Were there any songs that you remember, like maybe in high school or middle school or whatever, of artists from here that you and your friends were like, oh yeah, this is
Yeah,
heat?
of course.
What are some of those songs?
Like, all right, me personally, when I came up on the Charleston scene, you know, like, I was one of the first ones, but I wasn't the first, you know what I'm saying? But, like, a couple of people around that time who was doing it first, you know what I'm saying? Well, one of them not snitch now, so I ain't even gonna really say their name, you know, but I know the city know, though. I'm gonna just be real. I don't support snitching, so, you know, but it was a snitch before, you know what I'm saying? And then it was another one now, like, he don't even rap no more. I don't know what he doing, but, you know, who else? Like, when it was like JV, you know what I'm saying? Like, when that was my music scene, kind of like, it was done, and we from the same hood, you know, so it's like, of course, I'm gonna get hip to them. But other than that, honestly, though, I didn't get on the Charleston music scene until, like, I wasn't on the old school rappers in Charleston. Like, no disrespect, you know, not saying, like, they didn't have hard music, like, but I wasn't
listening to
yeah,
it.
like, I kind of was listening to industry music, like, when me growing up, but my era that started me listening to Charleston music was, like, yeah, like, people like JV and, you know, a couple of them, you know.
What were some of the rappers that you say, like the industry rappers when you were a kid? Who were you listening to?
Me, Boosie, Wayne. I wasn't listening to Wayne heavy, like, probably Wayne radio hits, you know. Like, I ain't gonna say I was listening to the radio hits, but Boo had me, like, you know, like, Boo. I
feel like that's everyone in
yeah,
Charleston
it's crazy,
loves
right?
Lil Boosie.
What? Like,
I would have thought he's from here or
like,
something.
yeah, like, I remember the first time I heard him, like, it's like he just did something. I don't know what he did to my brain, but, like, he just hypnotized me, and, like, I'm talking about, I remember it was like 2006. I want to say I got on Boo. I was going to Wilmart J. Frazier downtown on the camp. You know what I'm saying? But I got on Boo. It was me and my homeboy named SK. He ended up I was already listening to it. My old man had the CD, but when I found out SK knew Boo, we used to walk around the schools rapping Boo all day long. No cap though. Yeah, Boo. Yeah.
When you got your buddy who you figure, oh, he listens to the same music as me, it does something different.
Yeah, you know, because then we know the songs, like, word by word, so we, you know, yeah. I ain't gonna lie, but Boo, yeah.
100%. Talk about growing up in North Charleston, too, you know, your childhood.
Yeah, all right, well, I say, like, I really started off, I really grew up downtown. I'm from downtown Charleston, but I did move to North Charleston when I was probably, like, I moved to St. Charles Place when I was, like, I want to say like 12, actually, when I got locked up, because that's
okay, right.
But yeah, I ended up moving there. But I really grew up downtown, you know what I'm saying, on East Side Projects on Nassau Street, 238 to the exact. My granny, I was living with my granny or whatever. I knew a lot. It was, you know, all type of, you know how that be.
No, 100%.
And then, be real, you know, when you light skinned, you got to fight extra hard. So I used to have to fight every day. Like, I can name so much people used to try to handle me, like, over and over. I'm like, bro, it's not going to happen. Like, I'm gonna hold my own regardless. But then when I moved to North Charleston, though, it got real then, because, like, you know, it's a bigger environment in North Charleston than, you know, in the city. And, like, you know, the city was always real, you know, but when it's like multiple hoods, like, next to each other, like, you can go right here, it's a hood. Across the street, that's a different hood. It got different, and then, you know, you meet certain people.
And you guys weren't always, like, cool with each other, like, around the corner of the next block? Or?
Yeah, like, well, at one point in time, downtown in North Charleston wasn't even cool. Like, Charleston was just, like it's, to me now it's watered down, because, like, you got all type of people in different people's hoods, but when I was coming up, it wasn't like that. Like, if you was from East Side, you was going to be on East Side. East Side didn't mess with West Side, you know what I'm saying? Like,
gotcha.
And then North Charleston, then, you know, like, it wasn't really all that, you know, it was like, it was straight, wherever hood you at, that's where you got to be at, you know, but then it started changing. But when it started, I mean, I say my age group, you know, once you get a certain age, it started, like, we started conversing with other people in
like a positive way. You think that you know, kind of changed in a more positive way, people getting along more, or not really?
I say, yeah, it was getting, it's crazy to me now, because it's like, it was people getting along, but then it wasn't, like, you know, like, and then but as I got older, it seemed like a lot of people started moving from downtown into North Charleston, because it's like I said, North Charleston is that's really what is a different type of, you know,
right.
When you and down, it's the city down there, you know. So North Charleston is like a whole different world, honestly.
And there's people moving in every day, bro. Like, there's like a statistic that like 23 families a week or maybe even a day, like, on average, move into Charleston. So you know, that's just that's
exactly.
crazy.
And that's what I'm saying. So that's how but North Charleston was crazy though. I got some good memories doing North Charleston. I don't like that's like, you know, like a second home.
What about the music? When did you start taking that Serious.
Serious. I say it's kind of like tricky with me, you know, like, cause like I put it like this, like I always wanted to take music serious, you know, like, cause that's something I can honestly say I was doing like since I was a child. It wasn't like I'm not like I didn't just wake up last year and was like, you know, I'm gonna be a rapper. Like most people try to say that story. No, that's cap. Like me, I've been rapping like for a lot. When they had Nintendo DS's, like I used to record myself on Nintendo DS, like all that. Like my whole family, you can call anybody in my family, they say like he been rapping. You know what I'm saying? I'll say though, it probably got me liking music though. Probably my grandmother. You know, my grandmother used to make me go to church every day, and you know, she had me in the choir.
I've been in the choir too.
Yeah, bro. So it's like when you in the choir, you don't realize the effect like that music has on you or makes you like music.
And
but I
you
really
gotta
think
rehearse.
Yeah, rehearse. So
you gotta hit it right.
Yeah, you
gotta
hit it right. You know what I'm
tune
saying?
at a young age.
And I harmonize and all that. So you know they had me front row like on the choir. So I used to be mad like, man, I don't feel like singing no Happy Day today. You know, like I ain't with that. But
anybody watching that know me from childhood, they know that's fact too.
Yeah, I ain't gonna cap now. Yeah, Granny had me on the choir. Granny wasn't playing. It wasn't no. You're not going to church. You going to church. And Granny was a extra religious person. So, like, Granny went to church 5 days out the week. And I hated that. Like, and then we on the project. So, you know, like, half of them out there, they ain't going to no church. I'm trying to be outside with them. You know, the project was so turned around that time. Like, I'm trying to be outside. We in the middle outside. She coming down the street, like, come on, time for church. I'm like, no, man. But, so that's what probably made me like music, but I really started taking it serious 2 days before I went to prison. Not prison, I got locked up and then went to prison, but I really started taking it like, because I really came out dissing. Like my first like real song that really like put me like on the map was a diss, you know, like we was dissing, a group of us dissing each other back and forth. So that really put me like on the map, like, all right, he can rap, like he really like know how to rap, and that's what made people listen to me. So like I was young with a fan base already. I'm not gonna say I didn't have I had Charleston for like a long time, you know. But when I started taking it serious though, really I'll be honest, Dale Boy Darryl, he was like he really put me in the first studio ever, like the real studio, like honestly, like I can't even cap.
What was that experience like being in?
Man, it was different, like, you know, that's what I'm saying. That's why I always would give him a feature, you know, like. It don't matter, you know, it can be 30 years, I'll give him a feature just because, like, bro, you know, you kind of changed my life with me. Like, yeah, I was already rapping, but I never been in no real studio, you know. He called me one day, he like, bro, like, you hot, you know, like, because I was really hot, you know. So he like, man, you might as well pull up on me and let's get in the stew. And then he had his buzz around that time. You know how it be when people got a buzz, ain't nobody just trying to let you just come hop on their song,
right,
you know.
With the buzz and taking you in.
Yeah, taking you. So he like, bro, you might as well just rap. So we did a song. It ended up going crazy. We on live with the song, whatever. Everybody on live like, oh, that song hard. You know, everybody in there like, bro, you should have been taking rap serious. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna take it serious. He uploaded on Spinrilla. This one Spinrilla had just came out, like, and it was hard around that time. That's because we didn't know about the Apple and how the DistroKid and, you know, all them stuff. It was Spinrilla, so he uploaded on that. So now everybody listening to the song. I'm listening to it like. I was stuck. I'm like, bro, I sound amazing in this joint. Like, this joint sound like how I wanted it to sound. So I'm like, I'm gonna take it serious. We supposed to shoot the video. I ain't got locked up. I'm in jail still trying to listen to it. I'm calling my mom like, hey, play the song that me and Dear Boy Darryl did that she got. So when I got in there, I'm like, bro, if I get the chance to go home, I'm going straight to a real studio, like, as soon as I go home.
Yeah, and you had some time to think about that,
what?
too.
I had some time. I definitely had some time to think about it. I had a lot of time to think about it.
I feel like most of the artists in Charleston, at least the current amount, they all can say that Dale Boy Darryl influenced them in some kind of way. Even if they wasn't in the studio with them, like, they still was listening to his music. Like, 'cause I know I was. You know,
yeah, facts.
A lot of people could say, like,
Dale Boy was so consistent. Like, around that time, he was consistent. You know,
for real.
You know, it's a lot of people who see me. I'm gonna give you your flowers, and I'm gonna be honest. I don't even gonna say give you your flowers. I'm gonna be honest, because your flowers is being the truth. Like, around that time, like, yeah, he had it on Smash. Like, there's nobody that can say, oh, it's not a song. Oh, I didn't listen. You cap. Like, you feel. It's a couple of people like that though. You got to give it flowers to, like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, that go back to him. You feel what I'm saying? Low Boo, you feel what I'm saying?
For real.
But
JV.
JV, that's
one,
what them,
real.
you feel me? So, you know.
Now, when you said you went to jail, like, did you make any songs in there, or you had something like you was rapping like, oh yeah, when I get out, this the first one? Because when I listen to your song Problems, that's like the beat sound like it was inspired by like, you know, the prison type banging on the wall.
Honestly, I got the original recording of Problems in my phone. Like I freestyled it one night. Like I ain't gonna lie, it's crazy, right? But like, hey, don't judge me because I don't really care though. But man, we was at Turbyville or whatever. We smoking K2. We in there on K2.
I know somebody that gone down like that. I ain't gonna say her name though, but you know you been doing that too.
Yeah, I ain't even gonna lie. See, I'm not gonna cap. Hey, we on K2. You know what I'm saying? We smoking K2. Like, but see the difference now. I'm gonna be real now. I did see people like junkies on it back there. I was never a junkie on like I used to roll K2 blunts like it was regular blunts. People used to be like, bro, there's no way you could take all that K2 and not be like, you know, I was still regular, but it was like weed. I couldn't get access to the real weed.
Hold on, you say it's like weed. So for the people watching that don't really know what that is or what it does to you, explain that.
Man, K2 is like a synthetic weed, you know?
Right.
Like I feel like it's a mind thing, honestly. I feel like a lot of drugs are mind, like it's all about
like psychedelic.
Yeah, how powerful your mind is. Like I'm not gonna say go do crack, you know what I'm saying? You got the strong mind, but like certain things, like I know saw people like smoke it and be like nodding off and doing crazy stuff, and then I smoke it and be like, damn, it's just like weed to me. Like it's like I just feel high, like, you know, like the regular stuff, probably eat, rap, you know. I feel good, like but people used to really wake out though. But I had stopped smoking it though. Like, yeah, I had to stop when we was back there though. I ain't gonna lie.
Don't really do that too often anymore, right?
Yeah,
that's not really. That was like a fad. A couple years
See,
ago,
I went up there. See, all my homeboys was already on up there. So the first time I run, he like, shit, hit this. I hit the blunt. I'm like, damn, what this is right here, you know? So, but it's crazy. But that's what I was on K2 in the room. Me and my roommate, he dead now. The roommate now though, but we was in there and man, I lied to you not. I just was sitting there and I hit it and I'm sitting there chilling or whatever. So the first thing I yelled out was they told me get him and I got him. And I was like, my OG told me shoot him and I shot him. And I'm like, hold up. And the rhythm of it, it just caught my ear like, hold, I think this might be a nice sound. So I'm like, hey, pull the phone out and record this real quick. Went to the door, started beating whatever. And what was crazy, if you listen to the beat, you would hear like, if you listen deep to the beat, you would hear like the harmonizing. That was my roommate. He wasn't on the song, but he did like his own sound. Like the nigga sounded like another instrument in the beat. As I'm rapping and making the beat, he just and it was funny though, cause like he was a jokey person. So like it sounded good though. I'm like, damn, that actually sounds good. Like with the beat. So I'm like, I'm gonna put that in the beat when I get out and make it. But yeah, I freestyle that. I got the original. Like I swear to God, I got the original. It was like a minute and 26 seconds off the dome. I just freestyled it. I listened to it. Man, I couldn't stop listening to it. Like I listened to it probably like 150 times that night. I'm like, bro. And I probably had like I had 2 months left. I had like 2 months left. So I end up on I had the song. I hit Chief on the beat. I'm like, hey, when I get out, I need you to. I was trying to get him to remake it back there. I'm like, when I get out, I need you to remake this beat or whatever. Man, he was supposed to remake it, but he ain't never remake it or whatever. So I'm like, I was sitting there. I'm still waiting. I was so ready to get home and drop this song because I just knew for a fact. Like I'm like, bro, they gonna like this song. Like this just sound good. And then when you rapping it on the door back there, I had everybody coming to my door every day. You can ask anybody in prison, like, hey, rap this. Like they used to be calling me, hey, waking me up out my sleep. Hey, come to the door and rap this. So when I made that, I ended up coming home, let Drew make the beat. I made it. I was in love with it. I'm like, yeah. I probably played it another 300 times the first day. I'm like, bro, it's crazy. I was just in prison now. I never dropped the song.
And that was your first video when you got released, right?
First video, first song.
I remember when you first dropped it, like everybody was sharing it on Facebook. It was all over the place. Like everybody been pushing it. Like, this who else rapping right now.
Yeah, first song. And then like I told you, that came from because like I already had a buzz, Like I had a buzz before. Like everybody knew me. Like I really grew. Like it's sad to say, like most of the people dead in Charleston, honestly, I ran with them. Like I literally we not had like history or some type of moment together, a real moment, that I can say like we was together, So
when did it click for you to kind of be like you said, like, man, most of the people, I better, change something, or when did it click for you?
I ain't gonna lie, the first day when I got locked up for my charge, I don't know what happened, but it just hit me literally, like honestly, like it was like, bro, you supposed to be rapping. Like it's like they always say that when you about to take it serious, it's like something happened. But I think that's like another way to make you take it more serious now. Like because bro, like most of the people back there when I got locked up, bro, they're not home now. Like they got a long time like left to do, and I was one of the ones to slip through the cracks. Like bro, I had big charges, like like and I slipped through the cracks, you know, like I can only say it's God. Like I can't say it's no lawyer because I saw people with better lawyers than me and they got slayed. So I really slipped through the cracks. So it let me know like you got to do this. Like, and then when you in prison, I got people who got life, like grown, like they old schools. They come to the door like they telling me straight up, if you don't go home and rap and you come back, when you come back, it's up. Like because bro, there's no way you back here, you know. Like so. That's what really made me. I was telling myself my whole bet. I told myself I'm gonna take it serious when I get home. Like I'm gonna take over. I was looking at the Charleston music scene. I'm like I'm gonna get out there. I'm gonna take over. As soon as I get home, I know I'm gonna drop, and they gonna mess with it. Like you know they gonna like it, and I just happened to do it. Manifestation though. That's honestly what I did the whole time.
Yeah, 100%. So, do you have any advice for maybe the people looking up to you, maybe want to be rappers, maybe kind of in the streets right now? Do you have any advice to them?
Yeah, be who you want to be. But also just know that if you're gonna be who you want to be, and it's not the right way, you're not trying to live the right way, it's consequences, and every action comes with a reaction. So you can't live another person's life story because when they life story consequences come to you, just be ready to take them. You know, that's all I can really say. I can't tell nobody how to live. I can't tell you what to do. I can't do none of that. All I can say is be who you are, and who you are, because everybody know who they really are. There's nobody in this world who don't. I don't care what you say. Like everybody know who they is. You know who you are and who you're going to become and what you want to become or what you want to do. So, like like now it just goes to show like you got all these rappers now like coming out they snitching. Like it's like nobody puts you in a predicament. Nobody is forcing you to be a gangster. Like so when people be like, oh yeah, this and that. You shouldn't. They was young when it don't matter though, because at the end of the day, we all grew up. If you, it's categories to life. Even as a kid, you know what you want to be. Like me, I knew what I want. I knew I wanted to be in the street. Sadly, you know what I'm saying? Like because like to me, it was cool. Like it was really cool. Like when you growing up, like seeing like who wants to work a job? You want fast money. I want it fast. I don't want to have to wait 2 weeks. I don't want to have to work for somebody. Like I knew this all at a young age. Not saying it was right. I mean, it was pretty. I got a lot of regrets, but then I don't got regrets because there's no need to regret it now. But I would have did things different, Now with the knowledge I know, but you're not born with this knowledge. It
right,
comes.
You gotta find that out.
Yeah,
for yourself,
the wisdom comes after years. So you got to be who you want to be.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So when you kind of like broke out in Charleston, you said, it was kind of a diss song. Were there any other songs to where it was like, okay, this dude is kind of on in Charleston,
Yeah. Well, it started. It was the diss song. It went up. Okay, boom. Then after that, I was still dropping. Like I used to drop a lot. Like, see, I didn't drop music. I would drop previews of music, and it would just always go up.
It wasn't even like the full song.
It wasn't the full song. Like you lie. Like there's people who tell you now. Like they remember. They'll tell you like, oh, you be real. They don't even got to tell you. I got the proof. I got an email. My same email that I have now is the same email that I had since I was a kid. So I got music like nobody can say that nobody influenced me, because I had music way before these people that blew up had these songs. Like, and it's in my email. I can always go back and show. And then it's like videos. I still got my old Facebook. I got this. Everything with me is the same thing. So it's like the proof is right there. Like it was just videos of me probably singing. Posting a video of me singing, rapping. And it used to go up and people liked it. So they looked it forward to me posting a preview, and that's what really made me go up. And then I finally dropped I didn't really drop too much song. Oh, I lied. I dropped a tribute for my homeboy, and that went up. He died.
Was that Forever Broken?
No, not that one.
That's
one.
More recent.
Yeah, that's more recent. This one was like man, honestly, I done lost so much people. So I got a couple of tributes, honestly. So I'll make tributes, and people will be looking forward. You're not saying they looking forward to somebody dying, but when they go, they're gonna ask me you gonna make a RIP song or something.
Right,
so I was dropping stuff like that. Then I drop low songs with the trends and stuff. Remix. I used to remix a lot of songs, like how Lil Wayne used to. I used to remix it. If it was a hot song, I was gonna remix it.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
I definitely see how I like those remixes too.
Yeah.
It's just hard now because you can't ever clear.
Yeah, you can't clear it. Exactly. That's why I know.
Yeah, the music industry kind of changed a little bit with that. But when I found you and I was like, okay, this dude is fire. Is the King Me album.
Yeah.
Because that to me, I mean, I'm a newer fan, obviously, because I'm not from here originally or anything. But that to me was okay, this dude is fire. The Only Trappers Allowed.
Yeah.
That was so hard to me.
Man, and like those songs like that if you just could see like the history of how it gets created, it'll amaze you because like I said, once again, it just always comes to me like I'm sitting on the back porch smoking a blunt, and I'm like out of nowhere. Matter of fact, I'm on the phone with my homeboy's name Show Off. We on the phone, and I forgot what happened. I was smoking a blunt though, and I said something, and we was talking. I think I had just called a sale or whatever, and he had said something, and I think I was supposed to meet my baby mama with my son or whatever, and you know, I didn't let her come to my spot. You know, I'm like, she not getting my addy. Like, just because you my baby mama, like, you're not gonna have my addy. Like, I'm gonna meet you with him. You know how they be around that time though. You know that. Just me, I'm just like a conscious person, and we was going, you know, it was, you know, but there ain't no bad blood or nothing. But still, I was like, you're not getting my addy, so I'm gonna meet you here to grab him or whatever, you know. So I grabbed him or whatever. So he was like, he asked me, he's like, oh, she dropped him off. I was like, no, I met her. Then out of nowhere, and I was like, my cap ended up hitting me or whatever. I knew the cap or whatever though. He pulled up on me, so I'm like, a couple of caps know where I be at. My BM don't even know. And I'm on the phone, and my homeboy started laughing. I'm like, what that tell you, show? Never chase a bitch, but I chase the dog. And he like, oh, that's fire. And then we never said nothing else about it. So I hear a beat one day, and I'm like, oh, I remember this line I said. And I said it. I recorded that right in the 20 studio, like, came right to 20. I'm like, recorded that. I knew it was a hit. I'm like, oh, yeah. They gonna like this one.
Hey, there were a couple hits on that album, bro.
I had something to prove, though. It came. You got it. I just had got with GTF, you know. Just had got with G, so I'm like, I ain't got no choice, you know, like, and then bro had just signed me, you know, Loud Pack had just had signed me, so I'm like, yeah, it's time to, I got to show them why he signed me, because, you know, people act like they have doubts, even though the history shows, like, from I was dropping, I had over so much songs before then, like Lombardi probably could tell, I had so much songs before it was a GTF, you know?
Like 4 mixtapes in already.
Yeah, already in, and that was crazy. That went up on its own, you know, if I had my own, so when they see, but you know, you still got people like, oh, why he got, you know, it's just always gonna be hatred, so I'm like, I'm gonna show y'all why, like, I'm gonna drop this King, and y'all gonna be on it, and then y'all gonna see why nobody ain't messing with me, you know, so I really had a point to prove with that CD, like.
Did you notice any, like, new fans from that, like, outside of the city off the King Me?
Yeah. King Me got me a crazy fan base, honestly, like, because, like, even it'll just show you followers, because I think when I dropped King Me, honestly, I was at, like, 9,000, if I'm not I jumped up. Within a time frame after the King Me, probably I jumped out like another 7,000 followers, 8,000 followers, something like that. On one, yeah.
Because that one, I feel like, going back and listening to your old music is very Charleston, you know? If you're from Charleston, oh, yeah, that's, you know, that's very Charleston. But the King Me album, I feel like, was a more, like, almost reached out into, I don't want to say mainstream, but, like, mainstream underground versus just Charleston.
Yeah, I can say that. Because I see on all my other CDs, all of them wouldn't be Charleston, but most of them would be Charleston, you know what I'm saying? But I would always have the ones that stand out. But, you know, one thing about Charleston is they don't want to hear it's nothing that's not Charleston, and they know that. Like, they can't say I'm lying. They want to hear Charleston get you, you know? So it's hard to try. With gaining a fan base in Charleston, it's hard to be different because they don't want to hear it. Like, any rapper who's different will get on here and say, yeah, like, they don't want to hear it. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just, like, stuck in their ways, or is it just that what they're used to, you know, so you can't change the ear, you know, but that's all.
When you say that, how you feel about the new wave of rappers from the city picking up the Detroit sound and running with it?
I don't like it, honestly, because, like, I'm all about being original, you know? Like, why ride another wave? Why ride another wave when you can create your own wave? Because you ride another wave, it's not going to, like, it might get you somewhere, you know, but it might not too, because, like, it's not going to get you to where you really want to be if you want to really pursue this career. Because why would a label want to come sign? Why a label, all right, just say if we talking about, why is the label going to sign a Little Peasy or a Little Babyface Ray? Or when we have a Babyface Ray, we have a Peasy, we have a Los and Nutty. We have that already. Like, the reason why you're copying their flows because they have that already. So how you think you're gonna take their flow and blow past them? It's really not gonna make sense.
No, yeah, I understand what you're saying. Even, like, dudes, like, people say Lil Tyler is a lot like V's, but I feel like Lil Tyler puts his own spin on things too.
I respect that more because it's like an influence.
Right.
I rather the music influence you, but it's here. It's not. It doesn't sound different. Like you would hear it and be like, dang, that sounds just like
Babyface Ray.
yeah, or V's or somebody like that. You know, like so. If you're going to do that, I'm not saying that you cannot get influenced and you might like this type of wave, but add your own wave to it. I don't hear any different wave with it. It just sounds exactly like their wave. Like,
and even you've worked with. I mean, you have a song with Topside, but it's not. Oh, this is like a low song on a Topside beat. It's not like that.
yeah,
you know?
no, because I'm gonna still be original on it. Like, I'm not gonna get on there and try to sound like them. I'm gonna still sound like who I am, and I'm gonna still make the exact. When I go for a feature, I don't go to, oh, I'm about to make a song that sound like this because it's not going to stand out. I want their fan base to be like, hey, hold up. Yeah, we know thing, but his sound, his accent, I want them to hear, you know?
And that's what stuck out to me being an outsider is like, you know, hearing the music from here is the accent. I'm like, I've never heard anybody like pronounce words like that before.
Yeah.
And
you
for
know,
me, I was like, yeah, this is crazy. This is new.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like the world just got to get hip to it.
100%. And I feel like there's a big market of people, you know, to be able to like really want to pick up on, you know, the type of lingo and the way that you pronounce stuff.
Exactly,
you know?
yeah, exactly. And it's like original. That's one thing I can say about Charleston lingo. It's original. We ain't got nobody else lingo. We don't use nobody else. We don't use nobody else slang or none of that. And bro, we got some crazy lingo. Like honestly, we real Geechee, you know, like, but not even me. I wouldn't even say me because like I'll say like I got Geechee in me, but honestly, I'll say like I never wanted to sound like that though, because honestly, I like it because it's original. It's where I'm from, and I'm gonna embrace it. But I also feel like in life, to get to certain levels, you know, you can't go in like that's like putting somebody a street Geechee person in a room with a billionaire. They're just gonna look at you like, and I never wanted to have that type of look like me. Like I want to be able to like turn it off and turn it on. Like when I get inside a room with these people like this, not saying I'm going to change or be a different person, but I want to show them that I'm not just some kid from the hood who just, you know, like
you can adapt to your surroundings.
Yeah, to my surroundings, you know, because like I always was taught like turn it on and turn it off, you know.
Well, that's an important thing, just connecting with people. You know, you don't want to be like, you know, you want to be able to connect with other people, you know, like different people, and you know, might not get where you're from, and you know, this sort of thing. But if you can connect with them on a different level, even just, you know, speak their language, not even like I mean, obviously it's both English, but you know what I'm saying, like speak your language, like
correct, proper grammar and proper language,
right.
And that's what I taught myself. Like even in prison, like I was reading, you know, because like you gotta expand your vocabulary. You gotta expand your horizons of life. You gotta expand your horizons of nature, of language, of everything. Like because you want to grow. Your goal in life should always be to grow. You should not want to be stuck inside one place or one spot forever. It doesn't make sense. And in reality, if you really look at it, like you don't want to do that because you're gonna box yourself in. If you only know this slang, you would never be able to really get nowhere else and rap because you're gonna find yourself rapping about the same thing. If you look at rappers who the progression always makes them better in who they is because they go from like this and you listen to it now, you like, wow, like listen to his vocabulary, listen to how he speaks, listen to how he pronounces now. Like you want to grow in life, everything is about growing. Like you never should, it's like a plant. A plant never stays in just the soil, you know, it always grows.
You got to put yourself in situations that are uncomfortable too, you know. Put yourself in situations that make you grow, you know.
Facts, like, of course.
So many people are just too comfortable all the time and are afraid to, you know, kind of.
Yeah, afraid because they don't want people to look at them like a square or look at them like they changing up or look at them like they're just not who they used to be or nothing. But in reality, like I was like that at a point in time, you know, but I had to really snap out of it and get in it, you know, get out, think out the box, you know, and then I really want to be wealthy. Like I want to be like a successful person. I think about it every day. I sleep, eat, you know, I want to be successful because like life at the bottom isn't fun. Like I don't care how good you try to make it seem, but like poverty and like middle class is not fun to me, you know? Like I want to be one of the ones that can look back and have a full story and you know, it's just not me. I don't want to stay inside the same place. I want to grow every day that I can grow, you know?
100%. And that's a good mindset to have, you know, if you have big goals like that, to not be in poverty or in middle class. You need to have a mindset where it's like, I'm gonna grow and better myself every day.
I want to, cause and then I got a son, so like I can't sit around all day like in the same stuff, like doing it. Like what type of like I'm supposed to lead him. Like I'm not supposed to lead him into destruction, And I feel like I didn't realize that, about certain stuff until you get kids. You know what I'm saying? It makes you want to do different, and not even just a kid. For yourself, you should want to better yourself too. But when you got a kid, it makes it 10 times even worse. Now it's like, all right, if he watch me, like my kid now, like he speaks right, like proper, like you can still hear the Geechee in him, but
and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, exactly.
You should always,
exactly. But he's like, I can tell like that he's gonna be real, like smart, like because how he speaks already, like he talks like proper with it, and I'm glad that he does. I'm not gonna have him stuck in the same curse that's been going on.
No, yeah, for sure. What other stuff are you into outside of music and,
Playing the game. I'm a gamer. I'm a straight gamer. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care how you look at me. I play the game probably every day. The game is a part of my schedule. When I go out of town to go do a show, the first thing I'm thinking is, I'm ready to go get back on this game. And anybody will tell you, any girl that talk to me, they'll tell you, oh, yeah, he going to play the game. I don't care what it is. I'm going to play the game until I can't play it no more.
Hey, it's legitimate. Look at what T Grizzly's doing.
Exactly. So, yeah, I play the game. Really all I do is play the game, stuff like that probably. Of course, I got a son, but he's right there when I'm playing the game. So it's like I don't really count, he's always going to be around whenever he can be around,
Is he old enough to play yet?
No, not yet, but he wants one, though, because I can tell, though, because when I be playing, he starts asking me questions about it now, so I'm like, yeah, he going to want one real soon.
Mm-hmm. That'll be a good bonding experience for your son.
Yeah, of course. I'm definitely going to get him a PC. Yeah, we're going to be playing together.
So mostly, what game is it that you play most?
Call of Duty, GTA, and 2K.
I saw the clip of you and Papa Band playing GTA RP online. So
I'm in love with it. I've been investing too much time into it right now. Like man, that game will get me not in trouble, but that game gonna get me in a lot of stuff because I'll be late to anything playing that game. I'll be like, all right, 15 more minutes. It'd be an hour later. I'm like, oh, I gotta go. I'm tripping. Like my flight might be here. I'm trying to time the flight. Like, all right, I got time. I can leave right now and get here at this time. So I'm gonna just play it, but that's what it is.
And that's also a good way to expand your fan base because T Grizzly, he's streaming. I don't know if you stream or not, but
yeah,
well, then again, I know you do because that clip, of course. But
yeah, I just started. Yeah,
you can still. It's people that want to see your personality or just what you do or how you play it, and they okay, this tie into the music. Let me listen to this music after I finish watching this clip.
And it's just fun, like
more content to watch.
It is exactly, and I meet a lot of people like. And then, in the game now, you can put your music in it. So now I pull up on the block bump with my music to people. And it'd be funny because they'd be like, that's not you. They'd be like, who's that? I'd be like, that's me. That's not you. I'm like, bro, you better go look me up. Like, what, you want me to FaceTime you or something? Like, they be like, damn, that's crazy, bro. Your music go crazy. So it's like now I'm starting to see that too. Now I'm using it for an advantage now.
Going back to the music for a second, let's talk about earlier you said how you signed. Can you speak on, like, just about the record label and how that came about?
Oh yeah, GTF Records. I'm currently with GTF now. You know what I'm saying? We're going to the moon, but honestly, it's just like it was a label that was created, but I had a bond with the CEO already. It wasn't just like he just created it and he just found me. It was like we had a bond before, and like I give him this. He's a man of his word, because he told me when he first met me, he said that, but I wasn't really tripping on it regardless of the fact whether he signed me or not. But he always said, like, hey, I'm going to make a label and I'm going to sign you, bro. You too talented, So, that's any person that's a man of their word and who stand on what they say, you gotta have loyalty with you. Know what I'm saying? We can be mad at each other right now. And that's always going to pop in my head. Like, yo, he kept it real. He did. I don't care how mad I am. You know what I'm saying? We always be like, bro, we petty. Like, we think the same way. So we always have all those stuff, but you will never see, like, me on the internet, like, oh, like, this about GTF, and no, because regardless of the fact, I'm with it, and I ain't no quitter. We gon' regardless of the ups and downs we have, we gonna always go to the moon. It don't matter, and it's just like a brotherhood loyalty,
And for the people who don't know, who's the CEO? You said CEO, but
oh yeah, Loud Pack America. You know what I'm saying?
And you got history with him with a lot of music before you signed.
Yeah. We wasn't even supposed to have history music. I was just calling him to tell him he was spending his money on all the wrong stuff. Like I was just calling him to tell him that. Like that's how it started. Like I'm like, bro, you tripping? Like you got bread like this, and you just doing all the wrong stuff. Like, bro, I would be doing this if I was you. I would be doing this, and he like, bro, me and you need to drop, you know. He like push up on me, let's drop. I'm like, yeah, we can drop or whatever. But I'm like, bro, you still need to be doing this because you there's no way you have this money, you know, and I need you to do something right with it.
How many collab tapes y'all got so far?
We dropped one, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we dropped one, and then we had another. We were supposed to drop Unexpected 2, and we had some bangers on it. Like we still do got some bangers on. I'm not even gonna lie, we got some bangers on it, but it's just like, you know how we are. We both be in our heads like man, you think we should drop it? Then we like, no, we need to change the beats up on it. But we real life got bangers on that CD. Like
right, because the first tape y'all dropped, you had like songs like Rock and Roll on there, Unexpected. What else? I'm missing one more.
Sick Thought.
Yep.
And he shot me because like he adjusted so quick. Like I think he knew he had to adjust though. You know, not saying I ain't gonna say bro, but bro adjusted so quick. Like, you know, so far as like music wise, you know, like because I'm like, I guess he, you know, I had told him like, bro, if we gonna drop, like, we gotta take over the streets. We can't drop no mid music, you know. And he's like, bet I got you, like, I'm gonna drop. So to see him and adjust, you know, he was even in there freestyling. That wasn't what he do, like, you know. Yeah, so to see him adjust that quick, like, he shot me though, you know, honestly.
What's your creative process like usually when you record? You a freestyler or you just kind of like punching?
Both freestyle and punching. You know what I'm saying? It just depends on how long. Well, I'm lying.
You a writer?
No.
Not at all.
No. I don't write. You can ask any producer from North Carolina to New York to California to people be looking amazed. Like every time they be like, bro, you just freestyle that? Like you just like you didn't write that, bro? They're like, you write that. I had to really start showing them, like, come on, well, put another beat on and let me show you that. And, like, put another beat on that I never heard and let me make a song off it. But, yeah, so I just, like, I don't know. It's like my mind be running so quick, like, and I be in my head, though, because, like in the studio, man, I tell you, bro, I record the same thing over 30 times, but I freestyle it and remember it. And that's what I know a lot of people can't do that because I start to see, like, engineers say, like, bro, that's not normal. Like, I will freestyle the whole verse and, you know, like, and remember it and be like, cut it. And they like, cut it for what? I'm like, because it sounds good what I'm saying, but the delivery on it is not as perfect as I want to get. They like, bro, you're not going to remember it. I'm like, even if I don't remember, I'm going to say something better, so cut it. So,
since we're on the topic of how you create music, let's talk about your recent project.
He Is Him.
He Is Him. You got a few features on there. You got Finesse 2 times, Action Pack. It's like really like a Memphis type influence to it, like, you just been listening to them recently, or what really influenced the creation of that tape?
Well, that CD was like, had another point to prove, but I didn't, you know, because like King Me was already still going up. But I just wanted to drop, honestly. Like, I was thirsty to drop. Like, I'm mad I gave them that, you know, because I didn't really like, I was so thirsty to drop, you know, and then right after I went into like a mental breakdown, you know, like nothing bad. It wasn't like, not like no, but I just like, and then, you know, like, I was already going through a lot of stuff when I dropped it, honestly, because, you know, my sister had just passed and my right-hand man had just passed, all and had to carry them, you know. I had to carry their caskets in the same week, so I don't feel like I was fully over grieving yet, you know what I'm saying, which I'm still grieving now, but I was trying to make it seem like I was so good, you know, like not really thinking the toll that it had on me. And right after I dropped the CD, it really started hitting me, like, you know, like, ain't nothing going right, like, it's crazy. So that influence, though, like, even with those features, like, well, Lil Nutty, you know, I ain't gonna lie, we used to listen to Lil Nutty in the trap all day, me and Bloody, and I'm like, that's just what we did. So I really got that feature for Bloody. Like, I knew he, like, you know, that's his people. Like,
right.
He put me on them. So I got a feature for him, like, just so he could be like, bro, you know, he called me like, bro, you got a song with them? Like, yeah, bro. Like, you know, honestly, you know what I'm saying? But I did start listening to them now. We used to listen to them on trap. And then Action Pack, honestly, that was just like a label thing, you know? Like, the label just was like, hey, but then I listened, but I actually went to his music though, and I was like, oh yeah, Action Pack, you know, he's hard. And then Finesse that was like more of a label thing. That was like, that shocked me though, you know, like, well, I ain't gonna say a label thing because like actually like when he had came home, he dropped the what was it? I want to say what was the first song he dropped? It wasn't Back In, it was the one before that, the first one or whatever. But he went crazy. I'm like, hold up,
it's cool when they do it.
No,
ain't that one?
No, not that one. It was the first one, man. It was the first one he dropped though. Whatever one he said all type of stuff on it though. But when I heard that, I'm like, oh yeah, he up next, and like I'm like, I know he about to be out of here. Like, he ripped it so hard. I'm like, I gotta get a feature with him. Like, there's no way he just came home and he just ripped that like that. Like it had me like, yeah, I got to get a feature. So I think he ended up I think I emailed his camp or whatever, and they ended up texting me back the price or whatever for the video. So I'm like, all right, that's decent, you know. You know what I'm saying? And but I never did it, you know. I'm in the house one day on the phone. With my girl I'm talking to. I'm like, we on FaceTime or whatever, and I get the call out of nowhere. Lombardi hit me like, yo, get up, get dressed. I'm like, what happened? He like, we about to go drop with Finesse. I'm like, oh, word? So, you know, I'm like, dang, like, just like that. You're like, yeah, we about to go drop or whatever. Boom, bam. We got that straight or whatever. I'm like, shit, I'm gonna put something in with you. You know, he put it, we got it. We went in there, knocked it out.
What was it like being around Mob Ties? Because I made the post when you was with Jay Prince and Finesse 2 times, and you took the picture while y'all was in the studio. What was the energy like and just recording around him and how he works?
It was like I can tell they like on the same stuff we on, you know, like when it comes to like, you know, like, cause bro, it's bigger than, you know, the industry sometimes. It's like street stuff, you know, and I can tell like they on the same vibe, you know, like really like it was, honestly, it was like everybody just was feeling each other out, honestly, you know, like not saying there was no bad tension in there, but you could just tell everybody was just getting a feel for each other, like, all right, you know, like make sure you ain't on nothing. Make sure we ain't, you know, it was like that. But when we dropped, though, everything was good, though. Once we started doing, like, the verses and all that, it went good. Like, we sat there, listened to it, you know. Bro was like, yeah, all right. I'm messing with it. Hopped on all that. But they know, though. They know about me, though, because they saw me freestyling. They know exactly what happened. They heads, I don't care how serious they is. They serious now. I get on that. They real serious. Like, they barely talking all that. But I saw them crack them smiles and all that when they heard me. When they heard me rap, they can't say they didn't. They was behind me looking because it was crazy. It was like really, and it was so crazy though because they could tell you this like, it was Taj Money in the beat, man. You know what I'm saying, bro? We listened to 100 beats, bro. I could not. It was not like me. Like I could not find a beat. I'm like, bro, I don't know if I was just thinking too hard, you know, like, cause I'm like, man, I want this song to be cold. So I'm like, man, I don't know if I was thinking too hard, but I ended up hearing the beat. I had already liked the beat, but I was like, maybe if I can't find none, this gonna have to be the beat I choose or whatever. So it's like his manager or whatever, I forgot his name, though, gang. Started G, though. That's Brody, though. I saw him in Miami, too. He a real cool nigga, though. But he came over, he like, shit, bro, if you don't want to do the song today, we don't got to do it. You know, I'm like, fuck that. What? You think I'm about to go home? And then I told the girl I was talking to, she knew we was going in. So you think I'm about to come home?
You got to come back with a song now.
You think I'm about to choke? Like, and I'm like, hell no. So he like, you sure? He like, so Loud Pat like, no. Bro, it like, because he had already did a song. He had already had his one done. Like, you know, he brought a song and let him walk. So I had to do my, like, from scratch. So he like, he looking at me too, like, you know, everybody looking, and it's not like me because everybody know I go in there and I'm be ready. I can hit any beat and be ready, but I couldn't find a beat. So he like, bro, I'm like, bro, you know I got this. So it was like honestly, that was the most intense session, and I had my back was against the wall, like literally, like felt like I was in the ring with Floyd, like, and I had to just do something, you know, like it's like everybody looking, everybody thinking like, man, it's late. It's like 6 a.m. already. We not been in this since like 9, 10. It's like 6 a.m. I'm like, man, I'm about to do this. So I get the beat. I'm like, Taj, put this beat on. So everybody just looking now. I'm talking about it's quiet. It's quiet. It's like, ain't nobody saying a word. Everybody just sitting there looking like, what you about to do? Like, barbecue or mildew. Hit a beat. I'm like, all right. So I get the beat. All of them looking. Everybody looking. Even Finesse looking. He just straight looking at me. Everybody looking. But now my back turned because the studio, the mic in the middle of the room or whatever. And then Loud Pat's sister right there, you know, Bree, you know what I'm saying? She rap now too, that's my dog. But she's sitting right there. So I know she ain't gonna never lie to me, you know, and she a girl, you know, girls gonna give you that look.
Be brutally honest.
Brutally honest, bro. So I was like, so I get this. So when so the beat started running or whatever, and I'm listening to it, you know, and I'm doing my little mumbling to start it off, like, mess around. I just end up hitting the first part, ain't pushing no product. I was trying to force my hand, so I think I stopped at it. Might do time again, might be Boston right in rhymes again. So when I did it though, I think they still didn't really realize like I'm about to rip it, you know, because I stopped. They didn't know my process, you know. Everybody process different or whatever, so they still listening. So we end up going so it started. I ended up getting on the verse or whatever, start going in, smashing it. I stopped. I did my process. I'm like, cut it. So I'm like, they like, dang. So I know they looking. By the time we got to the end, though, and it was playing out loud, and once it playing, everybody was just in there like, I bet, yeah, like, and I looked
yeah,
at
we
Shushu.
understand now. We
yeah,
hear you.
fact. And I looked at Shushu, and that's Bree. I looked at her, she right there in front of me. She like, when I started ripping it, I looked at her, and she started smiling. I'm like, yeah, we got him. We got us a banger. I know it. And then after that though, he ended up. If Finesse know because he got he know his process, but he give me hard verse though. But he know I know he know like all right. This hard.
He had some competition on that one, is what it sounds like.
He knew it was hard. You know what I'm saying? He knew it was hard or whatever. So he got up. He did what he did doing, and it wasn't like that. He dapped me up like, yeah, that's cold or whatever. We listened to it. We stepped up front, listened to it. I listened to it. The first thing I did, I sent it to the girl. I'm like, I ain't supposed to send it. I'm like, man, you about to hear this? Tell me what the girl gonna be honest. She like, I like it. I'm like, you sure? Like, and like, she like, no, I actually like it. Like, you did your thing on it. I'm like, oh yeah, bet. We start playing it. I'm playing it. I'm like, that's a hit. You know what I'm saying? And that's how that went.
What's next for you?
Singles. I'm just dropping nothing but singles. People don't appreciate CDs. I'm not gonna say they don't appreciate it, but they don't appreciate it until you like kind of beg, Like, so right now I'm just getting them singles until they can't take no more, until they beg me to drop a CD. Like, I'm not dropping the CD. I don't care what it is. Like, I'm gonna make them appreciate my next CD. Like, you know what I'm saying, and really realize the talent I got and the type of music I put out and understand me.
Yeah, just go crazy with the singles. I think that's just kind of, the way the industry's kind of turning is go single crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any plans with features with local artists?
No.
None at all.
I got a feature. I don't have any plans right now. Right now, I don't even care about features now. It's not nothing against nobody, or it's not no big headed stuff or nothing like that. But I'm just focusing on me right now. I'm trying to get back into like a space where I'm feeling extra good, like that. So I don't even. It's not about the money. It's not about the nothing. It's not about politics or none of that. But I do got a couple of features that people got right before I went into my little like hibernation mode. Yeah, I got a couple good features too. They need to put them out though too. So if y'all watch this video, y'all need to put them features out and get the video real quick so we can go and do what it do.
No, absolutely. We're gonna wrap up a little bit. Is there anything that you need to get off your chest, or anyone you want to, or anything you want to get off your chest? Anyone you want to shout out, or anything before we head out?
Man, I hate shout outs because, bro, it's always somebody that call me like,
Too many
bro,
people.
you ain't shout me out, bro. Y'all know I love y'all, bro. Like, it's not like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? But first thing first, shout out GTF, shout out SFG. That's right now, of course. That's the two main things, of course, family, shout out my whole family, you know what I'm saying? Everybody. All y'all in New York, all y'all in South Carolina, all y'all, shout out everybody. Free all my real ones, y'all know who y'all is, you know what I'm saying? Peso, you know what I'm saying? Man, and you know what? I don't even name names because then they'll get to calling me like, bro, you ain't called my name. Just free all my homeboys, free all the real ones, Long live all the real ones. That's all it is. Shout out them. All I got to say is I'm coming harder than ever.
Absolutely. Tell everyone where they can find you on Instagram and stuff.
Oh, yeah, on Instagram, y'all can find me at SFG King. That's my Instagram. That's my Apple Music name. That's my YouTube name. That's my streaming name. Well, actually, my streaming name is SFG King on Twitch. Yeah, just type in SFG. If you can go on Google, type it up. You can type SFG King in anywhere. That's me. It's only one. There's not no other SFG King. Like, type that in, and that's how you will find me,
Awesome. This is Luke Snail.
Lombardi TV.
Lombardi in the building with SFG King, and you are listening to Palmetto 84.3.
I bet it. Hold it down.